People in Meridian are all backward. They just want to keep doing the same things the same way forever and ever.
What'd I tell you about playing around with mechs?
I like to think I have a way with them. I'm Pearl West.
To rescue you.
Hey, I just found what I'm naturally good at. That's all you gotta do, Pearl. Your destiny is like a wild Mustang.
You think all mechs are stupid.
Outhouse, helper.
You only care about what they can do for you. I've never seen you before. Coal is a little sparse here, so this is our little secret.
You know we don't have money to feed another mech. Why are you doing this?
There's something unique about him.
You hungry? Here. What's wrong? It's cold.
Pearl!
I just wanted to keep him safe.
Follow them afar off.
Trust us. Even that mech is not gonna be worth your trouble.
Sex!
I know it's a little sulfurous, but this is what I got.
What the? Stupid thing is stuck.
Good morning. My name. Any of those catch your interest, miss?
Definitely. Look at this little guy. And this one, it chops wood, brings it to your stove, and actually stays inside to tend to...
Folks around here ain't interested in whatever junk you're peddling.
Junk. My good sir, I deal only with the most functional mechs. Presenting the patented Outhouse Helper.
The outhouse helper?
For those dire situations, picture this. You're in the outhouse. You reach around. Oh no, you're out of paper. This is a catastrophe. What can be done? Worry no longer. The Outhouse Helper is here to rescue you from certain disaster. Always at your beck and call, with low coal consumption, easy setup, and a swiveling head for privacy. The Outhouse Helper is the perfect addition to your household mix.
I might have a use for that. My register's been giving me trouble, so give me a moment while I find my crowbar. All right. I'll admit, you're persuasive, Mr. McCoy.
Why, thank you. But it's all in the making, really.
Don't worry. I won't let him hurt you. Oh, you're hurt. Let me help. There.
Pearl, what are you standing around for? Oh, it's fixed. Well, let me get your payment together, Mr. McCoy.
Poor thing. Oh. Hey there. Come on out. It's okay. I've never seen you before. Are you lost? Who's your owner? Don't you have an owner? Somewhere you came from? Well, maybe. Maybe I'll see you around. Hmm?
Hello, can you hear me?
Hear ya.
Right. Okay, welcome everyone. Welcome to the end of animation on MechWest episode 1. So, made it this far. I guess something to know is that this is an independent project. It's not like a big studio backing with tons of money and people, but we're doing it indie style. We're doing it, the highest quality we can. But but yeah, that means it kind of moves on slowly. So thank you for your patience in this. We've been working on a couple of years, but now that we're going at this pace, we'll be able to go faster, and hopefully with some of the fans' help. So, alrighty. So we're joined here today by some of the voice actors and some of the people involved, some of the animators involved. So let's see. First we've got Luis Bermudez is the voice of Pico. Hello, Luis.
Hey, Dave. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Thanks. And we've got Natalie Rarick, who's the voice of Pearl West.
Hello, yeah, that's me. I'm Natalie, and I'm so lucky to voice Pearl.
Oh, thanks. And let's see, no Truman, right? We don't have Truman
No, not quite yet.
yet. All right, maybe he'll join us. Okay, then we have, let's see, we have Jean-Luc, who is one of the animation supervisors. Hello, Jean-Luc.
Hello, guys.
Coming to us from Montreal.
Yeah.
And I'm the director of MechWest, the creator, Dave Gallagher. And we have Noah and Clifford. Noah Gallagher and Clifford are the writers.
So go on.
Yeah.
Excited.
As you guessed, now it is virtual, almost 100% virtual, this production. So pretty cool. And so we have 3 of our animators right now. We have Forrest. I don't know if you can show Forrest. And
Yeah.
oh, there you are.
And hey, everyone watching.
Hey.
Go on. Hi, Forrest.
We have Tommaso Marudo. Tommaso, welcome.
Hello. Hello.
Yo.
Tommaso, it's getting late over there, so he's not going to be with us too long, but thanks for coming. And we have Antonio Montilla. Hello, Antonio.
Hey, how's it going?
How's it going? Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. All right, let's see, did I get everyone?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Well, cool. So yeah, first, like, what is MechWest? We're like I said, we're an indie project. So it's supposed to be like a family show. It's going to be on YouTube. It's supposed to be a family show where it's friendly for kids, but it also something that adults can enjoy. So we kind of we talked about some of the Pixar shows a lot in terms of the mood. So like if you think of Incredibles, where it's definitely kid friendly. Kids want to watch it, but it's also got some real danger. And we didn't want to be the kind of thing where, a lot of kids TV and kids shows get kind of like danger free, like saccharine, like not very, kind of no danger to really have any real stakes. So we wanted to be something where, there was some real danger and, people would fight once in a while, and it is the Old West, so you've got that sort of vibe. Now we keep it kind of low, so it's friendly for kids for sure. But that's kind of the mood and like the target audience. That's what we're kind of going for. And then so it's going free to YouTube. And how can we do that? Well, we're going to most productions, they make most of their money through merchandising. So we figured, let's just go straight to YouTube. This is where the most people are in the world. The most people are watching on YouTube, and so we can just go out to everyone, and we'll be blasting it out there. You can spread the word. We can make it a popular show, and then we'll have stuff we're going to be selling to the public. So we've got toys. So check this out. It's a character from the show 6. So this post little guy. So yeah, that's one of the. So we're going to roll this out basically as a Kickstarter pretty soon here. So we've got some toys. We got some T-shirts. I really like this T-shirt, by the way. It's really cool. I think that's really awesome. Front and back.
Yeah, they're pretty nice to rock here. I like it. I like it.
Great. So Kickstarter's coming. So we'll be just selling merchandise. Basically, like you watch the what we're doing, you decide, oh, actually, I would like to see more of that. Well, we can keep making it as long as we know people want us to keep making it. But since it costs a lot of money, it's not so much that we're trying to pay for every dollar with the backers, because that would be rough, but it's like just knowing that the public wants it, right? So if we get a certain number of people, then we go faster, right, as we go, and we'll explain some of that. But that's kind of the plan. So we're going to roll out the Kickstarter campaign about January 10th, I think is what they're telling me. And so almost a month from now. And so this is like a pre-launch phase where we'll be gathering emails, people that would like to, join in. So, okay, with that, I think we'll look at the little video for the Kickstarter.
Yes, we have our Kickstarter video available. So let's take a look at that.
My name's Casey McCroy of McCroy Traveling Mercantile. I'm Casey in the new YouTube show MechWest. MechWest is an animated TV show with this fun idea. Let's combine the magic of the Old West with robots called mechs. Mechs that look like they were made in the 1800s. It's an adventure. It's a family show. There's never been an animated show like this before. This is something new. Episode 1 is going to be released right to YouTube. Subscribe to our channel, MechWest Show. Our clips have millions of views. Our fan base is growing. We're even meeting them in person at shows. The major streaming services, they loved MechWest when we showed it to them. We got an offer from one of them, but we want to keep more of our vision. So we're here, turning to the fans instead. MechWest looks more like a Pixar film than TV show quality. We wanted to make it so you feel you can reach out and touch the characters, especially the mechs. That level of quality costs a lot of money normally, but we were able to keep costs down and quality up with many recent school graduates animating our show. Beyond the cost factor, you probably haven't had the opportunity to help make a high-quality Disney or Pixar-style animated show before. So this is a unique opportunity. The support on YouTube has been huge. Look at some of these comments. So here we are on Kickstarter. If you want to see more MechWest, just buy a toy or t-shirt. If we raise a little, we'll keep going at our current pace, making MechWest 1 episode per year. But that's too slow. If 5,000 fans will join us and buy some MechWest merch, we'll hire more animators and make the episode in half the time. If 10,000 fans join us, we'll hire even more and make episodes every 3 to 4 months. So what's it about? In the show, the people around Pearl treat mechs like dumb machines.
Stupid thing is stuck.
But for Pearl, she treats them like individuals with feelings.
Cole is
She's
the
like a
little
mech
sparse
whisperer.
here. So this is our little secret.
MechWest has a similar feeling to something like Avatar: The Last Airbender or The Dragon Prince.
It's an egg.
It's an action adventure. It has substance, so it's good for all ages. It's like a Pixar show. Kids love the mechs. It has a strong story, a detailed, intricate world with all these cultures and places and types of mechs. So it's a real crowd pleaser. Yeah, we know we have something special here. We have something people will want to watch. People will love it. And you can be a part of it. You can help speed it along. So let's ramp up and fast track this show. We need your help. We need 5,000 people to join us and buy a toy or t-shirt now. You can be a part of the success of MechWest.
Woo.
Yay! Cool.
Exciting.
All right. So yeah, maybe I could show just for a second here our Kickstarter. It's not ready yet, but Let's see. Share screen. Yeah, here we go. So it'll be ready soon, but just to give you an idea, like this is the Kickstarter, and it'll be launching soon. We have these perks coming, like access to episode 2 early, art of book, T-shirt, behind the scenes access, and toys, and so forth. So name and credits, that kind of thing. So we're working on this, but right now, if you go to like MechWestShow.com, so if you go to MechWestShow.com, then you can put your name in to get news about it. So that's our website. Good,
Very
good.
exciting.
So yeah, with that, then now we'll talk to the voice actors.
Yes. We're excited. Yeah, we'll do a little Q&A with you guys. So yeah, during this whole thing, any of you watching at home, you can feel free to throw in your questions in the chat if you like. We have a couple random questions we can ask you guys. All right. So we have Natalie Rarick. You're doing the voice of Pearl, which is super exciting. Why don't you tell us just real quick what kind of voice work and acting work you've done before, and tell us about.
Yeah. So Pearl is one of those special, rare projects where I get to really have a nuanced and deep and complicated character that I get to know and grow alongside. That's pretty rare in my career. Most of my stuff is commercial work. You'll hear my voice a lot this holiday season on Five Below ads. I've done a couple of ads for Nintendo, as well as work on a lot of more educational shows like Brain Pop. I play Cassie in Brain Pop. But Pearl is very, very special to me. I've gotten to know her for several years at this point and really watched her change and develop as we get new tweaks and edits to the episodes as they come along. And it's just so exciting to be, I'm big now. It's really, really exciting to be part of this project. I think Pearl is such a beautiful character who's so full of love and empathy, and also kind of dorky and doesn't really fit in. And I think her story will resonate with a lot of people. It definitely resonates with me. So I adore Pearl.
All right. Love it. Yeah, that's going to be great. And Luis Bermudez, why don't you tell us a little bit about some of the work you've done? You've been in a lot of voice acting work.
Yeah, sure. Put me big on your screen. My name is Luis Bermudez. I'm an idiot by profession and just in my personal life. Yeah, I've done a lot. So I'm Blanca in Street Fighter 6. I am in Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 3, Cyberpunk 2077, the good version that just got redone, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I've also been in The Simpsons, Young Love on HBO. And I love this project. I've worked with a lot of really professional teams and really dedicated teams. And to be quite frank with a lot of you, I haven't met a team as dedicated as this one and as generous, not just with their time and with their effort, but also with the amount of love that they put into every square inch of this project. I mean, when I first saw the animation for Pico and for the rest of the show, I mean, I was quite literally gobsmacked by the quality of it. There is stuff on like platforms like Netflix that looks worse. So when they say that it takes them upwards of a year to make something of this quality, they're not exaggerating by any means. The amount of work that and I think they could make it faster if they wanted to skimp on quality, and they obviously don't want to do that. To talk a little bit about who I play Pico, and he is the older brother, and he's a lovely character. He's an interesting guy. I think he's caught in this place where he's trying to be what I think a lot of young boys kind of struggle with is they look towards their father as like the emblematic of what they're supposed to achieve in life. And so Pico is chasing after this ideal that he's finally in grasp of, where he can finally be this great, ranch hand and cattleman, and kind of follow in his father's footsteps. But the world has changed a lot, maybe since he was a kid, and so now things are maybe shifting in perspective for him. And he's also a big brother, so now he has to not only try to be his own person, but he's got to try to pave the way and protect this person that he cares about, who's younger and in a lot of ways is so much wiser than he is. I think he's got older sibling syndrome, which is very funny because I'm the baby in my family. So he's got a little bit of a tunnel vision as far as what the world is, whereas I think Pearl has a much wider world view, and Natalie does such an amazing job of like bringing that wonder and that heart and that just joy of discovering that Pearl is so inherently built on. It's a really good show, guys. Like,
It's a really good show.
You need to watch it. It's so good. All right, make me small.
Man, thank you so much. Yeah, those are great thoughts. And I was thinking, I don't know how we got you. You do an amazing job. Working with you has been so fun. So
Oh, thank you.
love that.
I'm
So,
the lucky one, 100%.
Yeah. I also throwing out some questions to you guys, and which if you guys have an answer, go for it. So you kind of both of you kind of touched on this, but if you have anything more to share, what's kind of your favorite thing about the character you play?
I can start. Something, of course, one of the reference shows for this is Avatar: The Last Airbender, which was in the Kickstarter video and is a show that I love, obviously, and adore as an incredible masterpiece of animation. But something that I think makes Pearl different and that show different is that Pearl is not an action hero at all. She's not going to be able to kick butt, but she is simultaneously so brave, and like her bravery is so deep in the way that she cares for the people in her life and the mechs in her life. Like, she can be so brave for them, even though her natural tendency is a bit of anxiety and kind of embarrassment and feeling a little bit excluded and left out of her community. She can really step up and be strong when she needs to. And I think that makes her really admirable, because it doesn't come easily to her, but she can do it because she's so strong.
Oh, that's great thoughts. Yeah. Love that.
Heck yeah. My only thought was that he's built like a triangle. Like, he's very top heavy, Pico. Wow, Natalie's answer was so much better. I mean, no, I love Pico. He's everything that I said about him. He's got this crazy like push-pull that he's going through right now, and I love how protective he is of his sister, and not just his sister, but also like, in a lot of ways, his father and their family's legacy, right? He's so protective of what they stand for, but also it's funny, the second that Pearl gets herself into like a bit of trouble, he's very willing to just like throw that to the side and be like, all right, my little sister instead. He's like, whatever we were about before, my little sister's in trouble. And I love that, because that's always the way I've been with my sisters, who are much older than me and didn't need a lot of protecting, but I was ready to fight anyway. And yeah, triangle. He's got a great shape. Wide shoulders, tiny mouth.
That's very true. No, great thoughts. Thanks for sharing. Of course,
Dorito Man Pico. Yes, absolutely.
Dorito Man Pico. I like that. I love
yes.
So, of course, we're anxious to show people more from this episode, and we're so excited that episode 1 will be out very soon. But just as far as you guys for the journey, what do you hope to see for your character in future episodes? Of course, knowing that viewers haven't seen episode 1 all the way yet, but any thoughts on that?
I think I'd like to see Pico challenge not just the way he thinks about the world, but the way he thinks about himself. Because I think it's very easy to kind of get stuck in what you think you should be doing or who you should be. And then maybe once you've kind of explored a little bit, you figure out there's so many different options of there's so many different flavors of person. Why just this one version, right? So I think I'm excited to kind of see both Pearl and Pico kind of evolve into their own people, and I think a lot of that is going to be Pearl kind of dragging Pico along with her in that journey, because I think he's going to need that push. Really, I think he's very much just like, no, cowboy boots, hat, belt, that's it. And maybe, like, I don't know, there were some ninjas in the trailer. Maybe he decides he wanted to be a ninja instead, like a cowboy ninja, and just like rock a bandana halfway. I don't know, anything could happen. It's MechWest. It's crazy. But that's something that I think is exciting.
Maybe I could say something. Thanks. So one thing about Pico is and maybe we could bring Clifford in on this one, because Clifford was really he came up with the concept of Pico, really, like the personality initially. So it might be interesting to hear what you have to say, Clifford. But one of the things is he gets out of his element very quickly in episode 2. So he's very comfortable. He feels like an expert. Everyone loves him, but then we quickly take him out of his element, and then all of a sudden he's kind of lost. So anyway, anything to say about that, Clifford?
Yeah, definitely. I think one of the very first thoughts that I ever had when we started, so long ago, thinking about who all these characters are going to be and, what they would do in the story. I knew that I wanted him to be something different than what the first thought was. And, when you think of a cowboy, you think of, everyone sort of touched a little bit on Pico's, how much he loves being a cowboy, and he definitely does. But one of my favorite things about him, that I'm so glad that we together, landed on this and helped, create who he is he has a soft side. I mean, it's not so much that he even has a soft side. It's more so like he has one tiny little part of him that actually wants to be seen as, and cool and confident, but just a little bit of push from Pearl or from anything, and he'll melt away. He's really a sweet guy, and that is the thing that I think. That was my first thought of Pico was what if he was more so sweet than you think of the annoying big brother who's always picking on the younger sister or whatever. So it's been really fun working with everybody from the storyboard artists and everyone who ever had even the tiniest bit to say, put together all these characters, and Pico is definitely one of my favorites. So
no, absolutely, I love that. We have some pretty fun characters in this show and really exciting potential for their journeys, so looking forward to that a whole ton. All right. Another question I want to throw towards you guys is another thing you've touched on, but what's kind of been the best thing about being part of this project so far?
Oh, I have an answer for this one.
All right.
As I've mentioned, I have less experience in the animation world or working on a project like this. But I've loved getting to be part of it for such a long time, because it starts to feel like the voice work and the animation is a conversation together. Sometimes I was so excited when we would get storyboards or animatics of here's roughly what's happening. And then I would record to that. And then a bit later, I'd be like, all right, here's some tweaks, new things to add. And there'd be more animation. So then I would be responding to that animation, and the animators are responding to the voice work. I'd actually love to hear from some of the animators what that process is like on your end. But I loved getting to have that be kind of a two-way conversation where I'm getting information from what the animators are giving us, and at the same time giving my own interpretation and my own insights into what's happening to Pearl in that moment through the performance. So I've loved getting to work on that. I am giddy for new storyboards and animatics. It's my favorite thing.
I love that. Yeah, it's very collaborative. And we have a very unusual process because we're indie and we're almost all remote, and so but it's been lots of fun. All right. I'll go into the next question. Is I wanted to ask you guys how do you get into your character's personality when you voice them?
Well, I put on my cowboy boots. And my hat. No, Natalie, do you have a good answer? I mean, I don't really know. I mean, it's I feel like it's kind of just like slipping into a second skin at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh,
yeah,
that's great.
yeah. I feel very similarly. Pearl feels, again, like a journey that I feel I relate to a lot on a very deep level. But one of my favorite touchstones was in the scenes when she's interacting with Six. I do in my own life a lot of work with kids. So I have a lot of work with young kids, and that kind of came through in that performance. But additionally, I have a cat, a very small cat, who's a mischievous little boy. And it feels like that was a good touchstone for me when interacting with Six, was like imagining my cat doing something cute, or like the same, I imagine that weight of like carrying my cat around. It was a very good like touch point for those interactions. Because Six, of course, doesn't speak. So his interactions are entirely visual. But yeah, that's something I've used.
That's amazing. You took the Pedro Pascal with like the Grogu and the baby, holding the baby in the booth method. That's amazing. I love that.
Yeah, we're going to change that genre from Pedro Pascal protecting a little character to Pearl West.
You gotta have just a little. You gotta have just something too soft for the world that you're living in that you need to protect, right? Last of Us is Ellie. Then Mandalorian's the little baby Grogu. You gotta have something just tiny and small and soft.
It's a protection chain because Pearl has to protect Six, and then Pico has to protect Pearl. So it's like this circle. We just need Six to protect Pico now. That's the only thing left to finish.
And Casey, someone just needs someone to protect Casey from himself.
Yep.
So one thing about that is like the level of cowboy twang, like the accent, right? Because we didn't want very much. And so one thing is like Natalie for Pearl, it was just like just a little bit of Western, right?
Yeah.
Not very much, just so she would like kind of connect with the most amount of people. Whereas with Pico, it's a lot more, right? We're not going like full Texas twang, but it's like halfway there. So how do you any thoughts about how you found that, Luis?
Yeah, the accent's really good that you do.
Oh yeah. I mean, I love accent work in general. I mean, I do a ton of like Latino accent for stuff that I do for like animation and video games. So I've kind of developed this ability to just like slip into tongues whenever I need to. So there's I have like several different British accents in there. I have a couple of Eastern European, some German, some Russian that I throw in. I think my character in Call of Duty Warfare 3, don't know his name. He's Russian. But so accent work is always something that I've just loved. I mean, I remember as long as like ever since I was a kid, I always kind of picked up and had an ear for it. And so I was always just kind of slipping in and out. And with Pico, I remember reading the audition sides and they were just like, it was very much like, we really just please don't do like a super woo Texas, like don't do that. and I was like, okay. So I found I just tried to get somewhere where it was pleasant and nice to listen to, and there was a nice enough drawl that it wasn't aggressive to listen to, and I mean it was so easy. I mean especially once I saw the art, I feel like when I had just the scripts to work with, there was, I think, probably a couple times where you guys had to give me notes to kind of either pitch up or do something different to kind of make sure that we stayed consistent. The second I saw the art for Pico, like what he was actually going to look like in the renders, it was like, oh, that's the guy. And it was so easy to just like dial in and slip in like it was nothing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, a lot of it is the visual. You know, it's just seeing the mouth that your voice is coming out of, right? And picturing kind of how he sounds. So yeah.
Well, that's awesome. I love it.
You definitely make it seem easy too. Like I am always like amazed whenever we get on to like record with you guys, and you get right in there. Like and we've talked multiple times, you know, over the past like however many years since we first started recording with you guys, just how perfect your voices are for the characters.
I
Like,
know.
and
We're so lucky.
I could never imagine, any other voices for, and all of our other characters too. Like we're missing Truman right now, but you do such a great job. Like I'm always thinking, okay, when we start a new recording session, and you start like right off the bat, and it's just like boom, perfect. Like the first like few ones, and every time, like, wow, that is such a crazy talent that you can just like, you have this character just like stored in your head somewhere, and you just pull it out, and man, it sounds so good every time. You guys are great.
It helps to have a really solid script, man. Because like I and Natalie, I mean, you said you do a lot of commercial work. We've seen some bad scripts where it's like sound conversational, but like a real friend, but also sell the product, and the first line is Sunday, 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 and it's like, and it's like without the right words, without the right intention, that stuff becomes so much harder. It becomes like brain surgery after a certain point. So you guys give us a lot of really, really solid material to work with, and that just makes our job so much easier.
I love it. The synergy.
Yeah.
All right. Last fun question.
Cogs in the machine.
Yeah. Last fun question I want to throw towards you guys. Honestly, anybody here could answer this. What kind of mech would you like to have in real life? That's what I want to know.
Oh man.
One to give me my medications on time.
Yeah,
is the first thing that comes to mind.
That makes so much sense.
No, you know the one that Superman has in the Fortress of Solitude. Whatever that little guy does, I want him. He's cool. He's great. He just seems nice. I don't know.
I don't think I know that robot.
I don't know his name.
Yeah.
I think I need a giant magnet friend, because I lose things all the time. And where did my go? And if it had a little like metal thing attached to it, and then my little magnet boy could, and then it's right there, and then I found it again. I think that'd be great, but also soft. It needs to be a magnet, but also soft.
Yeah.
Is important to me.
Soft MRI machine.
Yep. Yeah, when you say it like that.
I'm into those. Yep.
All right. I was like, I gotta have an outhouse helper.
It's true.
Yeah.
What? Come in handy.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
That's one of our favorite bits is the outhouse helper, and we were trying to find a way to like put him in every episode. Noah came up with that whole like funny joke, and then Casey's whole monologue thing that he does about it. It's so funny. We love the outhouse helper.
It was the idea. We wanted something to show that people come up with really, really stupid uses for these mechs.
Someone said earlier in one of the comments that they can't wait for the tie-in show starring the toilet paper mech.
Oh,
yeah. So yeah, get to work on that.
Yep.
Well, it does offer so many questions and place to explore, because this world is such a concept we can kind of connect to. Like, okay, it's Wild West, but it's also these mechs, and there's just so much to explore. Like, this first episode features a bunch of different mechs doing, like various things in this day-to-day life in this small town, but you can just feel the potential. You're like, there's so many more mechs that exist in this world and that can exist in this world that explore all sorts of things. Like, it's really a genius concept that has been executed really, really well in this first episode and then beyond. That just, it makes me so excited to see what mech is coming next,
Yeah.
Well, full props goes to Dave for creating the show. So yeah, it's an awesome idea. I think it does instantly kind of connect with people. All right, guys, thanks so much for answering those questions. I think now we're going to move on to another one of our announcements.
Yeah, we have a cool announcement. You guys have we weren't at Comic-Con. Someone is asking if we were at Comic-Con. We were at FanX, which is like a Comic-Con like thing in Salt Lake. We want to be in San Diego Comic-Con, but so far we haven't been able to get in. But,
I think scheduling wise hasn't worked out yet.
Around. I don't know.
Maybe someday.
That's Fort Knox con wise.
San Diego. Okay, so we're going to have a treasure hunt, okay? So it's going to be like a virtual treasure hunt first. We're going to do multiple of these. We're going to see how it goes. And it's called the MechWest Fool's Gold Rush. And so it's a virtual treasure hunt where people will give clues. We've already given clues secretly. And so you'll go on like Google Maps or something, and zoom in and make an X, and you'll upload it to our Discord. And then so we award money to whoever finds this virtual treasure. So it's a bit of a funny tie-in, because you got the whole treasure hunt thing in the Old West. This is actually not our world. It's an alternate world. But hey, it's close enough. It's in the 1800s, and we got this funny tie-in idea. And so this town here we visit in episode 6. It's really cool. We really fell in love with this one character. It's the mayor of Gold Creek. Yes, mayor of Gold Creek, and so they're like hippie. They're like hippie cowboys. So they decide in this funny thing we're going to show. They decide that the money is not good for them, because they're hippies, right? And so they're leaving it to you in the future, and they leave you like $30 or something. But as with inflation, it turns into a lot more money. So that's kind of like a little bit of the joke. But so this is an actual treasure hunt we're going to launch here in the next few weeks, and anyone can participate. So if you want to be clever, you can go in and start pawing around, looking around our YouTube content, and you'll see a couple of little secret Easter eggy kind of things thrown in there, and so we'll just keep dropping these hints on our stuff and in our emails. So you got to sign up for our emails. So if you go to that MechWestShow.com, sign up for the emails, you'll see you'll start to get our announcement, and then we'll have more clues, the clues to tie it all together in there. So anyway, let me show you this little video. It's so early still. We're not quite ready for but let me show you here. Let's see, right here. Should be pulling up here.
It's the MechWest Fool's Gold Rush. I'm the mayor of Gold Creek in the new YouTube show MechWest. You see, the people in Gold Creek in 1876, we decided that money was blocking our energy and chakras. We don't believe in money anymore, so we got rid of it. We left all our money to you in the future. For treasure hunt number 1, look for all the clues in our MechWest emails, on our YouTube shorts and videos on the channel MechWest Show.
Anyway, it goes on, but it'll come out soon. But it's kind of silly, it's kind of funny, and we're gonna give away money. So actual money. It's virtual treasure hunt, but actual money. So it's gonna be kind of fun. And what else? Anything you want to say about that?
Well, we have a little clip. It's a storyboard animatic clip from that episode he's in. We wanted to show off, just to give you a little sense of this character, because he's a small part of this episode, but he's super fun. So
voiced by one of the board artists, Eden Sanders. So
yep, and all temp audio here. So
there's the hookah mech. Hello, new faces. You've come at a good time. The moon was full last night, and I laid my crystals all out to charge. What? Stay for a healing session. The retrograde has been spiraling with much negative energy lately. Actually, I came here looking for the mayor, but I must be on the wrong hill. You should trust yourself more. I am the mayor. I thought this was a shop. No. This is a center for enlightenment and healing that happens to deal in cash. Okay, well, we wanted to tell you that we found this Persian. Paraji, and we need to turn her in. Turn her in? For what? She's Paraji. Don't you ever get bandits? Bandits? Don't know about any bandits, but desperate Parajian folk do visit from time to time. We give them whatever they want, and they don't bother us. This is different. An airship with this sign attacked... Ah! Serpent of the Underworld! No, it's a Paraji symbol. They attacked my hometown, have been tracking us ever since. Or, we still have all the other fun gags that we could do with 6. Attacking a town? Now, what would you go and do a thing like that for? I didn't. Ah! See? Conflict resolved.
Good work, Mr. Mayor. I love that.
Yep.
Anyway,
I love that he's a crystal girly too. Just that's the icing on the cake. I charged my crystals. I'm dead.
This is why the storyboards are so charming. This is why I love them.
Well, props goes to Eden Sanders for that one. We had this character in mind, but I think he made it like 10 times funnier. So
yeah.
Anyway.
Myron says Dong Ho. Yes, Dong Ho animated those shots. I don't know if you hear Dong Ho, but if you want to let me know.
For the
the
mayor introducing the
exactly.
Fool's Gold Rush,
Mm-hmm.
those were great. So we're excited. And you can see that's why we're so excited for seeing more of the show, future episodes. I like episode 1 and 2, but the episodes beyond that get really fun. So
yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now we'll talk a little bit more about the animation. So bring on here's we have here Forrest, Tommaso, Antonio.
I think I'll swap out a few of you guys here. Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe we'll start with you, Forrest. Welcome.
Sounds great.
I don't know what you could say about your experience kind of animating on the show. I'm going to bring up some of your shots. Let's see. What was I going to show here? But what's your experience been so far as I bring this up?
Yeah, I'll just introduce myself real quick. My name's Forrest Stoll. Hey, everyone. I've been on the show for about 2 years at this point, basically the start of pre-production. And I've been really impressed, kind of reflecting Luis's thoughts on just how really ambitious everyone on the team is. Specifically for animation, people come and go on the team a lot. But everyone who has come and has animated has really sunk their teeth in and really dove in. And kind of going back to what Luis and Natalie were saying, these characters are really lovable. So props to the writers, props to the designers and everyone. It's kind of my job as an animator to really dive into the minds of everyone in the show and really think about what it's going to take to bring these characters to life. And Luis and Natalie and all the other voice actors knocked it out of the park. I love getting to listen to them and think of performances that I could show and really bring these characters to life.
Yeah. Great.
That's awesome.
What do we have here for? Oh yeah, so we were talking about this section here that was mostly you right here, right after this.
Yeah.
Just practicing my curtsy.
Pico needs help in the barn.
Okay, be right there. Coal is a little sparse here, so this is our little secret. Yeah? Coal. Now, stay out of sight for a bit.
That's great.
Awesome. Yeah, so in total, those shots, just to let everyone have a sense of how long it takes, probably got about 6 to 8 seconds done per week. So to everyone who is new to the production of animation, they come to realize just the amount of work it takes to make these characters feel alive. And just goes to show how ambitious this is, especially for a TV project. I don't think I'll ever have the opportunity again to really dive in and really finish and polish the animation for a TV show. So I think it's a really unique opportunity.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're really liking what you're doing with the animation, Forrest. I know Forrest has helped us also with some of the layout for a few of the sequences, and then that's setting the cameras and the locations and the framing of the stuff. And then also we have you guys do the acting for most of the shots yourselves, so the reference acting. And although you look like you were having a lot of fun with the fight sequence with Pico and some bandits kind of like doing their fighting. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, totally. I love this show because it takes I'm not going to spoil anything, but the first episode takes a really big tone shift that I think people are really going to love, where it gets into some action adventure. And it felt really unique. And I thought, what better way to, really, I referenced a lot of anime, referenced Spider-Verse, a lot of things to get the high action feeling with dynamic camera, fast but clear, readable action, and decided to take stunts myself. I have a background in rock climbing and some other acrobatic sort of things, and just decided to try out some things that the ninjas were doing to really get a sense of the weight, to get a sense of how they're going to punch, how the impact's going to feel. And I really hope that comes across in the episode, that really doing your research on how these ninjas and the fights can take place is really gonna feel real.
Yeah. And if you guys want to see it, I thought we'd show just a little bit of that section too. Why not?
Pico!
Run, Pearl!
So there you go. Little sneak peek.
Wow, that's great. Yeah. I want to say something about that real quick, if I can.
Go ahead.
I haven't seen that before, so that was really cool. I saw there's in one of the things before the show started, or the live stream, there was like a little bit of that fight as well. Like a long time ago, we poured over that fight scene like so many times with like so many different like with the storyboards, and even before we got to the storyboards, it's like actually writing it. It was such a like it took a lot of work to try to make sure like everything like mechanically even worked just in our own heads. But that looks so good. Like that is so cool to see, and as most of the animation I actually have yet to see. But every time I see like a little bit, it always looks so good. And man, you guys just really knock it out of the park with everything, and all the dedication, and the times that you were saying before how you get to go back and polish. It really pays off because it looks so good, and that's so cool to see something that we spent a lot of time on earlier, like really coming into its final form and just looking amazing. It's perfect.
Yeah, I should talk on that point just real briefly. I definitely would not have been able to do those sequences without the storyboard artists. So everyone who thought through how these fights are going to work, I had a lot of help from the writing, from the storyboards to put it together. So it just goes to show that it's such a team effort to get to the end. It goes through several people, many revisions. It is never just an individual.
It's true.
All right.
Yeah, maybe before we go on to more questions, we had a few chat questions I think would be good to answer. So someone asks, how much fun have we had? Tons of fun. It's a dream come true. It's really fun. And we're looking forward to just sharing it with people.
Yeah.
And then somebody else asked about the Discord. I think was that for the treasure
Yep.
hunt?
It's for the treasure hunt. Yeah, it exists, but I don't want to share it quite yet because I don't want entries yet. But you can look through our stuff because there are clues, and you can get a good jump on kind of figuring it out. So,
yep.
All right, next we'll talk to Tommaso. Tommaso Marudu, I believe you're in what is it, Italy, correct?
Yeah, correct. It's
Yes.
2 a.m. now.
Torino. Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So one thing about Tommaso is like you have just such a great ability to pose the characters in faces, especially in an appealing way, and just so excited to have you on your project and your sensibility. So, yeah, introduce yourself, and then we'll play a little clip.
Yeah, so I'm Tommaso. I'm an animator for MechWest, and I've been working for about a year or so now. And I've been a student at anime school, and then I got hired for MechWest. And yeah, so what they were saying is I really love to get appealing poses, and it's the funniest part about animation that I always find fun to do. And yeah, it's been awesome so far, and getting to animate many different things, from very subtle emotions to action scenes. It's been just so fun so far.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys know out there watching, but it's very easy to pose the characters in a way that isn't appealing, or that is appealing to like maybe a different show, like a different sensibility. So you really have to absorb the aesthetics, the feel, and the type of posing for the show in order for it to look right. So that's one thing that Tommaso does really well. So let's bring it in here, and we'll look at whatever section here. Let's see.
I just quit
Yeah. Okay. So this is one of the sections I think you wanted to talk about.
talking about mechs. I don't know. I mean, when I try to, I just, what's wrong? 6? What? Bandits! Come on!
We'll stop there. So I think it went past it. Not all those shots were Tommaso's, but most of the cool ones there were. And yeah, anything you want to say about doing the the acting for it, the reference acting, and then your experience animating those.
Yeah, so just saying that shot, I animated quite a few of those that you saw, not all of them, but it's been I've been through many different changes, because many stuff that you see in the storyboards, when you have to take a look at the storyboards to then animate, they may not work in 3D. So those shots that you saw that are now final have been through quite a few changes, and the angles completely changed. So I had to reshoot some reference to make it work with the new camera angles. And most stuff I shoot in my garden, because I luckily have a place to shoot some run cycles and stuff like that. And so I don't know what else to say.
Do you like the video reference portion of it, or you just can't wait to get in and start animating?
Yeah, so I don't really use much of my reference. I do shoot the reference because I feel it's useful in some areas, but I tend to move out from the reference quite soon when I start to animate, because it helps me to get the feeling, just to like get into the mind of the character. But then once I start to animate, I put those main key poses, those main moments that tell the story. But then it just helps me to to get in the mind of the character mainly, yeah. And because then the rest I just tend to come up with my own poses, so I don't really look much at the reference for those kind of things. So yeah.
Great. And I really want to show some of your other sequences where you animated on, but they're a little spoilery, so I'm not going to show those. But they're really good, and love your work. So, and we're going right on to episode 2 now here, like tomorrow, basically, because since we're finished now. So, I've got some prep work to do, but we're basically moving on. So, yeah. So. Yeah, anything else? Does anyone else have any questions for Tommaso? Let's see. But they're really loving your work on it.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that it's amazing to finally meet the voice actors, because getting to listen to the voices and animate those characters, but not knowing who the people are behind those characters, has been amazing to see and get to know these people.
Yeah. Yeah, same. And one thing that probably the public doesn't know is that you've never met. You've never been in a Zoom meeting together. So this is the first time we go to our meeting. Yeah. So
I'll bring it back.
Yeah, hello. Nice to meet you too.
I know, yeah. Strange reality of making animated stuff, but yeah, it's done in isolation, strangely, and then it gets all brought together. It's so cool. Funny that it works.
Finally met.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, let's talk to Antonio now. Antonio Montilla, welcome.
Yeah. Hi, how's it going?
Hi. I have so introduce yourself. I have a little clip of the part you animated in Intro to Fort West. So.
Hi, I'm Antonio Montilla. I was working professionally in the industry, and then I decided to go take classes at Anim School, and then luckily, after I finished those, David reached out to me and he asked me if I wanted to work on MechWest, and honestly, like, working on it's been an absolute dream. It's been so much fun, and the quality of animation is so high, and it's been really good being able to work on something really awesome, but also just be able to learn from people like David and also my fellow animators like Forrest and Tommaso.
Yeah. Yeah, so at school, yeah, I haven't really talked about it very much, but this is from Anim School Studios, which is basically sister company, same company right now, but different division of Anim School. So it's a school, and then graduates, mostly graduates, and some others work on the show. So it's associated with the school. And so, but now at this point, you go from having like 11 weeks to do, 10 seconds, 12 seconds, whatever. And now you've got to do it quite a bit faster. So we do about, just so you know, guys, it's about 5 seconds a week. So to everyone outside of animation, that's like, wow, you spend all week doing 5 seconds. What are you doing? Are you like relaxing or something? But people animating are like, whoa, that's fast. So yeah. What was your experience with that, Antonio?
I personally worked in a studio where I had to do 20 seconds a week before this. But to do 5 seconds a week at this quality is very stressful. But like at times, but I think what makes it like very helpful is to get a lot of feedback from you and like other animators. And I think I feel like it's one of those things when once you start, you're able to pick it up really fast. It just becomes like, a skill, like any other skill that you like try to learn. It just becomes second nature.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the show quality's been like through the roof, and like, all the shot. It's just going to be so exciting to watch. I feel like for all the viewers.
Great. Let's see. I got a little clip here.
Yeah.
Nice work. Come dance with us later, Pico. Don't be shy.
So, right here we've got this shot of the girls adoring Pico, and it's funny because I think those didn't you do all those 3 of these characters in your video reference? Don't worry, I'm not going to show it.
No, I did. I had my girlfriend do some of the takes because, like, admittedly, like, I don't move very femininely, so I wasn't getting it like completely right. I think I used like 2 of them for my takes, but just watching, that's the big thing about animation. You should watch, like, if you yourself can't do something, then you should get somebody else who can do it, just to like, so you can study it. But so from watching her and then also incorporating my own takes, I was able to like move more like femininely, more than I already can. It was actually something I think that's kind of like a funny bit about like that whole cattle section, is that before I did a very physical shot before that. So I asked JL, I was like, can I have a acting shot? And he's like, absolutely. And then he came back to me like the next day. He's like, here's your action shot. I was like, oh. But I really enjoyed working on that section. But it was like, it taught me a lot. And it was honestly like really fun to work on.
Great. Excellent.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's the kind of thing you have to do as an animator, I guess.
Yeah.
That's another one of those shots that I've been like anxiously waiting to see all done. So that was really fun for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And looks like we have Myron here. Did I say that? Is it Myron? Is that how you say it? Is that correct?
Oh, Marin.
Marin. Okay. Marin, welcome. And yeah, I think you might be working on the show soon as well. So welcome. Cool. All right. So yeah, thanks so much, animators. I don't know if you can answer one question, like which mech would you have if you could only choose one? You've only got so much MechWest dollars. You can only buy one. Which one do you get?
Yeah.
All right. Spoilery a little bit. The Serpent Mech. Just imagine it's Dune, sort of. But it's a giant serpent mech that you can ride around and just looks super cool.
Yeah.
All you need.
Okay.
You can ride it around only once, though. That's the thing.
True.
And then it hits you.
Very dangerous.
Might be dead after. Oh.
I'd probably pick, I don't know, I like the cattle mech a lot. I like that it carries stuff. Even though it moves really slowly, I like that it like has a lot of compartment space.
Yeah. I love those cattle mechs, man. We went through so many designs to get to those designs. I mean, I could show you like the history going forward. In fact, I could show you the history of the Pico model, by the way. Wow, it took a long time to get to where it is. But anyway, with the cattle mechs, they're yeah, I just really like the look. We've got 3, we're designing several more. And just for fun, I was like, hey, we want some more cattle mechs. I'm going to put these into Midjourney. See, like, can Midjourney make a design like that so we can come away? Well, no, it wasn't even close. There was no way to get it even close. So, you know, we have this AI art generation world, but in terms of like practical inserting into production, complete fail. Just I don't know if you guys would be interested in that knowledge, because I tried and it was nowhere near. I could not get it to help at all. So that's the current state of AI design. So
yep.
They were cool, but nothing like it. So okay, so yeah. And then, okay, next, so we're going to just announce our last thing here is that if you back the Kickstarter in the first 48 hours, then we're going to send out weeks before it comes out the episode 1 link. So it'll be, you know, not quite done, but very nearly done, and you'll be able to watch it several weeks early. So obviously, with those Kickstarters, you want to go out of the gate with people backing it so it gains momentum. And the reason you want to do that is because then it shows up on Kickstarter's promotions, their front page, and that kind of thing. So that's what we'll want to. So if you do want to help the project, we'll want to watch it. You want to spread the word, but yeah, the Kickstarter and all that. If you could throw us, buy something there, that'd be great to help out.
Yeah. Those who just joined, so can we just reiterate a few of those news points so that Kickstarter, it's going to be up about January 10th. Was that correct?
Yeah, thereabouts. Yeah,
thereabouts. So keep on the watch for that. And then those who back can watch that episode early. A few people were asking whether the episode's out yet. It's not quite out. Out quite yet, but we are getting very close.
Yeah, and we're getting very close. We're rendering and we're doing all those things to make a cool episode for you guys, and then we're going to go right on to episode 2. So hope you'll join us, and thanks so much, everyone. And what other questions do we have while we're all together? And so anyone ask a question, and we'll wrap up here in a moment.
Yeah, what else can we ask? Maybe you could show off that 6 toy again, and if we have the other toy around, we could show off that. I don't know where that.
Where do I get my hands on the Animator acting shots? That's what I want.
Oh yeah,
starting with Antonio.
Highest tier of Kickstarter, you get the backing shots.
Yeah, we're gonna keep sharing.
Yeah, it's pretty funny to see Antonio doing those actions. It's pretty funny. I don't know if we'll be able to keep those from YouTube. Sorry, Antonio.
That's fine. You can show them.
Okay.
Make sure you get usage rights, Antonio.
Do you have your outhouse helper? I've got him here somewhere.
Let's see. Where did mine get to? It might be in the box.
While we look for toys, I suppose. That's hard to say, man. You guys are so insanely talented. It's nuts. The amount of work that you guys have to put in to make anything look even half as good, and the quality that we did get is utterly mind-blowing. Like, wow. You guys are amazing. We would have nothing if not for you guys. So thank you for all your work.
Oh,
wow.
It's true.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. I'll show off.
No,
I made myself disappear. I'll show real quick. This is another one of the toys we're going to have for the Kickstarter. I don't know about this box. This was a special box that by the person who made it, Eden Sanders. But so you can see this is the Outhouse Helper toy.
He's so cute.
So you'll be able to get this and the 6 toy in the Kickstarter, which again is coming out next month. It's going to start next month.
Not actual toilet paper though, so just a disclaimer.
Yeah, someday we'll get a life-size one, but anyway.
Yeah,
and functional.
We should have sold them during the pandemic. It would have been way more necessary and rare.
That's true.
Yeah.
Remember those first 2 weeks? That was crazy. Anyway.
Yeah, wild.
Yeah.
You know what mech I would actually like to have in real life is Soraya's mech, who's a new character that we won't meet for a couple of episodes. Yeah, Kawar. Yeah. We saw a little bit of her in the clip from the storyboard that Eden did with the mayor of Gold Creek. There's Soraya in there a little bit, but she has a really cute little hummingbird mech that zips around and it's actually really helpful. I'm like, oh, that'd be a nice little helper.
Yeah. Yep. She's one of our main characters from Parage, the other nation, and yes, she has a really fun mech.
Yeah.
Exciting.
So we have these heavy concepts of basically like some cultures that don't really interact and they don't particularly like each other, and so there's like some tension. But then we bring in some from the sort of like an opposing culture, and where they sort of get to know each other, and of course they warm up to each other, if I can spoil that. So anyway, Jean-Luc, we haven't heard from you yet. What can you say about your experience doing so much of the animation supervising?
Yeah, well, I'm extremely lucky because we have amazing artists. The animators that we have, they're all really good. like Tommaso is one of my students, who was one of my students, and I'm really happy to have him in the team now. But yeah, we're super lucky to be able to do this kind of quality. We talked about the quality a lot, but I really think that what's made a big difference. I've worked on many films, games, and TV shows, and it's really the first time where I feel like we can really put what we want into the work. We're not really sparing any details, and it does make a difference. I'm really proud of the result. And as I think Noah said that earlier, but we like episode 1 and 2, but after that it's even crazier. So I can't wait to get there. Yeah,
That is
gonna
so
be
true.
cool.
We had someone ask question, do you have planned to have subtitles or dubbing? As far as like for other languages, that is a good question. I wish I had a good answer for that.
You have to know any other languages? You could do voices.
Yeah, we can. I think Spanish is possible, but yeah, can't confirm anything. But that's a good note, and I want to. Yeah, we'll have to keep that in mind as we go forward.
People
we
keep
do
asking for it.
You guys are already going
Yes.
international.
Yeah. We do want to go. Yeah, we want to get this show to as many people as possible. I know that like tons of people across the world love the Wild West setting and can totally love the show. So we'll keep that in mind, and we'll let you know when we have any news about that. Someone else
Subtitles,
says
yeah,
we
sure
need a Pearl Barbie, and
That's what I'm saying. That would be so
I'm-
good. Pearl's outfit is so cute. And I remember even talking to you guys about Pearl's design a while ago when we were just looking at storyboards, and just the level of detail that was in every single part of Pearl's design is so impressive. Like every piece of her outfit, her gloves and the like her boots and the way she wears her hair, like everything is so specific to like this character who's not a mechanic, but who's like a mech, like connects to mechs on an emotional level and not like a physical repair level, which is just like an interesting bent. But I agree, I would love a Pearl Barbie. That sounds awesome.
And in a lot of Pixar, making ofs and things, they show close-ups of the fabric, and we have the same thing actually. It's really crazy when we see that. We see everything in 4K, full resolution, and we see all the little details from the rendering team. It's really crazy.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be cool if Pearl, she doesn't start off like full girl boss. She's like, she has vulnerability. She's not sure of herself. She becomes something great in the end, like something really powerful. But and then instead of like being like Rosie the Riveter, she's like just caring. She's like, she can't help herself to care about these things that no one cares about, and that's just such a cool thing to watch in the show. Something and we kind of sympathize in a way half with the town. They're like, what is she doing talking to? Why does she care about the dishwasher? It doesn't make sense, And so you get kind of both sides of it, I feel like.
Yeah, well, that's another thing like Clifford was talking about earlier about how we try to not do the first thing you think of because, we knew the main character. We had a cool concept of robots in the Old West, and we needed a main character who, had some interaction to do with mechs. But yeah, we thought maybe a mechanic type would be just, it's kind of the first thing you might think of. So I'm glad we landed on something a little more unique. It's going to be fun.
Yeah. But not everything has to be an inventor. And,
we have a lot of those.
Yeah, that kind of thing. So.
I think a big part of what makes Pearl so appealing is that she is so kind of unassuming, and that is a part of her character, and definitely how the town perceives her. And something that Natalie, you have just done so well, like in your performance of her, is that and you were speaking about her before, about how she is so brave because she just does the thing. She doesn't have to know how to like physically kick butt. And in fact, I think, it makes her even more brave that she does just whatever she needs to do, because she doesn't really have, she's not trying to prove anything to anyone. She's just sort of doing her thing. And that's something that, I have always really loved and admired about Pearl's character, and that Natalie, you put into even just in the subtlest ways of your performance of how you read all of her lines and everything. It's all right there. It's so great. Anyway, all of my actors, I just love you guys. Just so perfect.
Yeah, thanks for
So-
making it fun.
Yeah. So important for us animators, because we spend days just with 2 or 3 words that you say. Like for the moment I'm animating, I'm finishing a shot with Pico, and what he says is just like, whatever you say, and for me it's like 2 days of whatever you say, whatever you say.
sorry.
So the quality of your voice is still super important for us.
Oh,
True.
no.
Yeah.
I can hear. I've heard all the lines, especially from episode 1, so many times, just from editing. I'm not even doing the animating, so I can't even imagine, because I know exactly how that line sounds even in my own head. I exactly in terms of the voice. I know it is.
It's cursed knowledge. Jeez, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, and listening to all the takes to find the best one.
Oh yeah. That's probably another reason why those are all burned into my head, because I did a lot of cutting all the lines out and organizing them and everything.
Yeah, and I should say that both of our writers here. So I've directed, the show and the visuals and a lot of the animation and all that process. But the voice acting was mostly directed by Clifford and Noah, because I'm just not super I'm easier to please when the takes would happen, and I'd be like, sounds good to me, and Clifford would be like, can you try another one, but like a little less sure of yourself with and they have good ears for that, and then they cut up all the audio. So this is a very manual, indie, small staff, and so we're doing the direction, we're doing cutting up the audio, we're doing the selects of the files and putting them in, and we've done the editing. And anyway, so thank you guys.
Yeah, it's another way our project is unique, because I don't think that ever happens where the writers direct the actors. I don't know why, but it does offer us, doesn't make us necessarily great at it automatically, but that is like, it offers us a perspective, like, we kind of know what we're looking for in some ways, and we got better at directing voice acting as we went, so that was lots of fun.
Yeah, and our lean studio means that it's approximately 30 times less expensive than your average film on the screen, like your average animated movie. So, which are insanely expensive, right? So, and it's because we don't have a big support staff. We do, it's manual, a lot of manual stuff. So,
yeah, we all do a lot of stuff. You might, in some productions, you'd hire somebody else. So, that's one reason.
Yep. But I'm really happy with what everyone's done, and I'm happy. I hope we have, I think, 6-7 episodes on boards ready in animatic form. Some of them with the voice acting, some of them with just temp voice acting, but they're very entertaining, and so I think the public, you guys are gonna love it, and we want to make it, and we need just the public sort of support in terms of like, yes, I will say yes, I want to make it happen. So so again, super big thanks to all you who have made MechWest episode 1 happen, and here's to many more.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Great work, everybody.
Ooh. Thank you.
Woo.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks everyone for joining us.
Yeah, thanks so much. Look forward to the full episode on the Kickstarter coming very soon.
Coming soon. You're away.
Woo.